Picking first in the draft of armchair quarterbacks, it's Katie B. Davis and Game On, presented by Extreme Audio Armor on the Sports Leader 1240 ESPN Radio.
Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. No short on money, but long on time. Slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine, and I'm running late.
The Riverside football program put on some proverbial new shoes to start this 2015 campaign. In the way of first-year coach Kelly Davis, it's taken the Eagles some time to get used to new defense, new offense, but hopefully, at least I know Davis thinks this, hopefully they'll get it done in enough time to take on a good Johnson squad this coming Friday. Joining us via the Howard Brothers Sports Line, Kelly Davis, football coach at Riverside. Coach, how are you doing today?
Katie, thanks for having me. Doing well. Hope you are as well.
I am doing just fine. I'm happy to have you on. Tough loss by your guys last week to Rabun County, an excellent team, a program that's really come into its own under Lee Shaw the last few years. What lessons did you learn against Rabun that you can take into this week against Johnson?
Well, you're exactly right. Rabun County, that's kind of the premier team of our region. Starting with them is difficult, but we learned a lot. We went in at halftime. We were down 21-0. It was a field position game. Rabun kept us pinned back. We started 3 drives inside our own 15-yard lines. And, we're a young team, and we understand now that, getting first downs and moving the chains is very important. And that's where we're at. But I was proud of our kids. We came out in the second half. We actually moved the ball pretty well. We had a chance to score a few points, but we just left it out on the field.
I got to tell you, Coach, not that I know of a coach, nor am I all that into moral victories. It's saying a lot about where your team is headed that you're able to keep an offensive juggernaut like Rabun County to just 21 points and a half, 21 points in 2 halves to be exact. And that you were able to move the ball on them at all. Really, this is a team defensively that held down the mighty Jefferson Dragons for the most part in week 1 of the football season. So you're seeing improvement in your guys, yeah?
Oh, most definitely. We've, we've had a little bit of turnover. We had a brand new quarterback came in 10 days ago, and he's learning a new offense, and that's part of our challenge that we'll have is some turnover issues. But he came in, Chandler Jones. He's a senior, and he threw for about 145 yards against Rabun, and that let us kind of spark it, and we're looking to build and go over to Johnson this week.
Yeah, I tell you, that's not something you hear from any, I'll go ahead and say any of our programs. The more than 30 teams that are covered by Jacobs Media, including WDUN 1240 or Access WDUN is, hey, 2 games into the season, we had a new quarterback come in. How do you deal with that?
Well, you try to keep things real simple. That's the way. That's the way we've come about it right now. Really it is. It's a great game, and the reason I do it is for these young men. But it comes down to football is football. You got to block and tackle, and run the ball and catch the ball, and that's really all we're trying to do right now is just continue to get better fundamentally. A lot of our goals are still right in front of us. We've played 3 really good teams, out of the gate, and we've learned from it, and we're looking forward to building on that.
You got another good one this week, and Jason Rockmore-led Johnson Knights. What do you know about the Knights? What worries you a little bit about them?
Oh, Coach Rockmore's done a great job over there. Those kids, they play hard, and that veer is no fun to prepare for in about 4 days at all. They have a big offensive line, and they have a good running back that likes to hit that B gap as hard as he can. So we're going to have our hands full going over to Johnson.
And speaking of, lessons learned, 3 good opponents that have come in, and you hit the nail on the head. I mean, 3 really tough ones, getting you prepared and ready for region season, and then the toughest one you're going to meet in region season last week in Rabun County. But offensively, how much do you expect from what is still a young group when it comes to chemistry? How much are you expecting from them come Friday night?
Well, we've gotten better each week, and we do have some big expectations this week. We're looking to be able to move the chains. We're going to take a shot here and there to go down the field, but really we want to establish the running game and try to get some of our athletes the ball in space and try to do a little bit of blocking for them on the perimeter and let those guys be athletes that they are and try to make some explosive plays.
Sounds like a plan to me. Riverside football coach Kelly Davis, best of luck to you this Friday. An absolute pleasure talking to you this morning. Have a good rest of the day.
Thanks, KDB. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. God, don't you that right there is infectious attitude. You heard it in his voice. That's infectious. I love it. I absolutely love it. He just lifted my spirits and doesn't even know it. He didn't even say anything. I mean, usually when you think about somebody lifting your spirits, like they say something nice to you, right, about you. Now, there was nothing like that. He just was really fun to talk to. And guess what? Jason Rockmore is going to be fun to talk to, too. He fires you up in a different way, though. Right? He fires you up in a different way. You all know what I'm talking about.